After spending time with her first love, the woman returned home as if nothing had happened, ready to accompany her husband. However, when she entered the house, she found it completely empty. The cake she had bought for him that morning had been thrown into the trash. Seeing this, a sense of unease instantly filled her heart. She rushed into the bedroom, only to be shocked again. Their wedding photo was gone. When she hurried to the door, she discovered that it had already been burned to ashes by her husband. At that moment, the woman finally understood why her husband had been looking at her strangely these past few days. It turned out he had already discovered her betrayal. She had not only been cheating but had even gotten pregnant by her lover. In the past, whenever she said she was working overtime at night, her husband never suspected anything. He never imagined she was actually going out to meet her lover. Perhaps feeling guilty, she would always bring gifts back for her husband after going out. But as the man watched his oblivious wife, all he felt was endless pain. He couldn't understand why she had betrayed him. Back then, she had pursued him persistently, confessing her love dozens of times until he was finally moved by her sincerity. He thought he had found true love for life, only to realize he was nothing more than a toy to her. Even so, he never denied that she loved him. But that didn't stop her from fooling around with other men, believing that as long as she hid it well, he would never find out. Meanwhile, the husband silently endured the pain. After returning home, he made a decision. He canceled all his personal records and signed the divorce papers, placing them in a box. He then gave it to her as an anniversary gift, telling her it was a surprise she could only open after half a month. The wife, whose mind was still occupied with her lover, didn't notice anything unusual. She continued acting affectionately as always, unaware that in just 2 weeks, the man would completely disappear from her life. The next day, she took him to an amusement park to relive their happy memories. At first, seeing her sweet smile, the man almost wanted to forgive her. But everything changed after he saw a live stream from her lover. The amusement park, filled with their shared memories, had already been bought by the wife and gifted to that man. On their way back, she noticed something was off about her husband and asked if she had done something wrong. Instead of exposing her, he calmly asked if she would ever betray him. Before he could even finish, she swore that she would never love another man and would stay loyal to him no matter what. Hearing her promises, he could only give a bitter smile. At that moment, her lover called. As usual, she lied that something urgent had come up at work and told her husband to go home alone. Then she hurried off to meet her lover. Unbeknownst to her, the husband secretly followed. When she arrived at a luxurious villa, the two embraced passionately as soon as she got out of the car. Watching them, the husband felt unbearable pain. The shock was so overwhelming that he eventually collapsed and lost consciousness. When he woke up, he was already in the hospital. The nurse told him that while he was unconscious, his wife had been extremely worried and stayed by his bedside for an entire day and night. She only left after receiving a call from her company. But unexpectedly, when the man completed his discharge procedures and was about to go home, he happened to run into his wife walking closely and intimately with her first love.